Welcome back students, myself Vishal Pandey, and let us begin yesterday's topic, the Laburnum Top, written by Ted Hughes. A famous poem, a famous piece of poetry written by Ted Hughes. Before that, if you see, I have already discussed in the previous video that how the tree Laburnum is very sad, how he is in melancholy, how he is in sadness. I am using he for it, but rather than we use it for non-living being. But in that sense, because Laburnum has been convicted as a male, that is why you can use he. But at the same time, if you see the poem, that when the goldfinch comes to Laburnum to sit on the branches of Laburnum tree to feed their young ones, goldfinch is a bird, then Laburnum becomes happy. Laburnum feels happy because he is also very sad when he is in the form of when he is lonely. So Laburnum also wants to enjoy. Laburnum also wants some joyful life. Let us see what has been written by poet. This slide we have already discussed in the previous video, so that let us move towards the next slide. As you can see, the lines of the poems are written on the top, and this is the explanation of these lines. So don't forget to see the first part of this poem and then this, which you can see on the screen. Let us begin. It is the engine of her family. Who is engine? I will be telling that. She stokes it full, then flirts out to a branch end, showing her bared face identity mask. It is the engine of her family. Goldfinch is the engine of the family. Whose family? Those young ones which are there sitting on the nest, in the nest on the branch. Their engine. Engine means who is responsible for taking the lead, who is responsible for carrying all the people. That is called engine. So here the engine of the family is goldfinch itself. Goldfinch comes to feed its young ones on the laburnum tree. She stokes it full, then flirts out to a branch end. What do you mean by this? She provides food to her young ones and moves to the other branch end. This is the meaning of then flirts out to a branch and showing her bare face identity mask. If you see a goldfinch, a gold color bird, she has identity mask on her head, black color identity mask. So as it has been written, dark colored stripped face is visible as her body is yellow colored and hides behind the yellow leaves of the tree. Yellow color, the leaves of the laburnum tree is yellow in color. Goldfinch is gold and yellowish in color, but has identification marks on her head. But whenever she used to come and feed its young ones, she used to feed them and go into the thin branches and feed them well. And when she used to feed them up, she used to move on the branches and used to hide behind the yellow leaves of laburnum tree. That is all about these slides. Now this is the portrait of goldfinch. As you can say, gold in color, yellowish in color, having identification marks on the head, and that is the identification of goldfinch. Now let us understand what these lines says. Then with airy delicate whistle, chirrup whisperings, she launches away towards the infinite and the laburnum subsides to empty. Now these lines producing melancholy again, sadness again. First of all, in the beginning of the line, as you have seen, laburnum tree was sad, and then again goldfinch comes and laburnum becomes happy, and then at the last again goldfinch went away and laburnum becomes sad once again. So it is laburnum who is becoming happy and sad again and again, but it is the goldfinch. Because of goldfinch, laburnum and goldfinch's family as well, laburnum is becoming happy, he is in joyful, and then again he is in melancholy. So keep this in your mind, that then with every delicate whistle, now goldfinch started whistling and young ones also whistling, they are happy because they are meeting with each other. Chirrup whisperings, the chirrup whispering, I will be telling you the poetic devices as well. Now chirrup whispering, the sound of chirrup is considered under which poetic device? Yes, onomatopoeia. It is onomatopoeia. I will be telling you what is onomatopoeia, what is alliteration, what is personification, so and so forth. I will be discussing the poetic device in the next presentation, although I will be discussing this in virtual classes as well. She launches away. Who launches away? Goldfinch launches away. When she used to feed her young ones, when she is free, she again went away in search of food. So she launches away, she went away towards the infinite. Infinite, what is infinite in this poem? Sky. Sky is infinite. You cannot approach sky. Sky is infinite, you cannot catch it. So she launches towards infinite. Sometimes examiner asks these questions straight away. What is infinite in the poem The Laburnum Top? What infinite represents in the poem The Laburnum Top? So it represents sky. Keep this in your mind, don't forget it. And the laburnum subsides to empty. Subsides to empty means what? It remains again sad. It remains again in anxiety. It remains again in depression. Altogether it becomes sad. After reaching the end of the branch, the bird makes a sweet chirruping sound. Now this chirruping sound is onomatopoeia poetic device. Whispering and flies away towards the infinite sky. I told you infinite represents sky. It again makes the laburnum tree silent and death-like. Now what is death-like? Death-like means immovable, not having any joy, realistic and anxiety, having some anxiousness, and again in melancholy. So I hope you all understood this poem. This is all about the poem was. Read it, try to understand it. In the next presentation, I will be discussing the poetic devices used in this poem. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much for hearing me.